Good morning, America. As you know, a couple of days ago, we lost a Hollywood legend, Robin Williams, the result of a suicide. I understand that he recently re-entered treatment for depression. And when I first heard the news and then heard that he had hanged himself, I was very angry and disappointed in him or with him. But then as I did further research on depression, I came to realize that there's a high correlation of suicide taking some of these medications. According to this particular article, studies have shown that the use of antidepressants is correlated with an increased risk of suicidal behavior and thinking. Suicidality, it's called. Now the article says in those under age 25, this problem has been serious enough to warrant government intervention by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to warn of the increased risk of suicidality during antidepressant treatment. According to the FDA, the heightened risk of suicidality is within the first 1 or 2 months of treatment. The National Institutes for Health and Care Excellence places the excess risk in the early stages of treatment. A meta-analysis suggests that the relationship between antidepressant use and suicidal behavior are thought to be age-dependent. Compared to placebo, the antidepressant is associated with an increase in suicidal behavior or thoughts among those aged under 25. The increase of suicidality approaches that observed in children and adolescents. There is no effect or possible a mild protective effect among those aged 25 to 64. Antidepressant treatment has a protective effect against suicidality among those aged 65 and over. In addition to that, sexual side effects are also common with SSRIs, such as loss of sexual drive, failure to reach orgasm, and erectile dysfunction. Although usually reversible, these sexual side effects can, in rare cases, last for months or years after the drug has been completely withdrawn. Having read this information, the cure might have been worse than the disease, and there are millions of people suffering from depression. I think everybody has bouts of depression in your lifetime at some point. It's just a matter of how can you cope. It might be advisable for some people, rather than to take these pharmaceutical antidepressants, to take a more natural path to getting relief from depression. And of course, I've always heard that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. It pays to stay busy doing something. A lot of people in the entertainment field have too much leisure time on their hands, and they need something steady that they're doing on a daily basis in between their entertainment activities to fill their day, so that they don't become bored with life and decide that they want to leave prematurely. So it pays to do some volunteer work, to have some kind of schedule to do something on a daily basis to combat depression. I do believe that an idle mind can be dangerous for almost anybody. And so get yourself some activity. You're lucky enough not to have to struggle financially like most people. Most people are toiling away at their low-wage jobs every day, so they don't have time to be depressed because they're too busy trying to survive. When you look at what the people in the Sinjar Mountains of Iraq are going through when someone is trying to perpetrate genocide on them, I don't see any of them committing suicide. You see people who are fighting the Ebola virus in West Africa. I haven't heard of a single case of over 1,000 that have died in the recent outbreak committing suicide. They fought for every breath, every day, until the end claimed them. And we all have to just fight every day for survival, mentally and physically, to try to get as much out of life as we can. And I pray for the children and the widow of Robin Williams, and may we all learn something from this tragedy. Until then, Godspeed.